yourself out. Right, so you're welcome. It's just like taking you through the foundation again of what we assume that you know, but assumption is the worst type of knowledge. When you assume that somebody should know something and you say, I expect you to know. Now, you need to let him get the reminder of it and then he can submit himself. So number one, how do we understand financial market without understanding the market itself? So let's start from what is a market? So market is a meeting point where buyers and sellers can meet to facilitate the exchange or transactions of goods and services. Very simple. Now, if that's the definition of a market, then a marketplace can either be a physical place or just a platform of contract or contact rather. So a marketplace could be physical place, especially those people who facilitate physical products or commodities, right? And you need a physical marketplace. Then that will say retail market most time. For products, that's a physical product that you need to meet and inspect in physical. But of course, we're going there. Then all a virtual for services and even tangible product pricing. So marketplace or market is a place generally where we're having a meeting of, you know, people, a request, someone who requests to buy and somebody who have somebody saying no audio. Can you, how many of us hear me? Because if it's peculiar to you, maybe you need to exit and enter back, probably it's your device. Can we all hear me? Pick lots, please. Respond if you can hear me with 111. Okay. Yeah, either I think you have to exit and come back. Probably your device is having issue. Okay, so you have issues with your device, you have to exit, return back again, okay? Okay, very nice. So now markets is a place, so either you can exit and return because I want everybody to be carried along with this. Now, so a marketplace or a market is a place generally that involve transactions. So a market could be just the meeting point of only two people alone or multiple of two peoples. You understand? Only two people alone or multiples of two peoples. So contract is established for transactions between parties. So you call it a place for parties. So you have different people together. The purpose is to exchange goods and services. That's the market. Now, when a market exists, now there has to be commodity, there has to be presence of, you know, pricing, there has to be presence of people who are negotiating to agree on a given price. Now, what you need to now understand is that markets, we have more before, predominantly more of physical presence of a market. Now, this is a challenge. And now that's when many of us who you are not yet in crypto or you're yet in crypto. Now, if you're already in crypto, understanding the market will make you appreciate what the blockchain technology is bringing into place called the metaverse. So the metaverse is now a marketplace. So because you're going to be dealing a lot of things that has to do with market, but market now being upgraded as, you know, we have a representations of the market beyond what you used to know, now graduating to another thing entirely. So people tend to like, oh, market has to be where I leave my house. And yeah, you can leave your house without physically leaving your house. So, but the most important thing is that what constitutes the market is that there's a contract between two parties. And this party could be physical or virtual. So now, and you would deal and seal deal and conclude deals without necessarily meeting one another physically, but you have contracted each other by virtual representation. And this is a problem where we are still having challenge today. Most people want to contact people physically before they can transact with them. that means you are in a doom. It's a big problem. Now, we have understanding about the market first, which is very important. So then you know that there's a contract, there's a need for bidding and asking in the market, and then dealings concluded or concealed or being completed, then you have satisfactions in the marketplace. Now, but we now have different markets for different products, as it were, but all are markets. And then we now have a shift in the market and the risk reward associated with a given market. And just because of human needs and wants, and things change over the years, and then the market's presence now change phase. So that's what we're talking about. Even tangible products, the deal of the tangible product start from the pricing. And in dealing the pricing, you wouldn't even necessarily see the person, and you complete with the dealings of the pricing, and then the product can be shipped to you eventually. So you can now see that money change phase from the usual thing people used to know about markets. And that's why we have a lot of our friends now predominantly, let me use from in part of this world, Nigeria, especially. Like if you look at the eastern part of Nigeria, most of the dealings are physical, and that's why they still appreciate like cash payments, stuff like that. But things are changing, right? And we discovered that things sold more in a place where population are higher, and higher productive population, people tend to market their goods there. Example, social media, right? Now, social media was meant to just be for fun. Now, but social media now, like the Facebook, is now, let me look at something. Social media now, it's a marketplace, all right, where you can do some online sponsor ad. Now, you discover the population. Let me use an example. You have it today that social media, what people know about social media before was just social interaction. And that was all. Now, but social media now has turned to a marketplace where people meet. And why somebody brought the idea of bringing their goods and services to social media beyond just talking, gossiping, and all of those fun people catch on social media. Why? The population on social media is more than population, probably because the physical populations have a place to meet in the social environment on the internet. Go check Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and all of those things. So people begin to advertise their product, and then people now quickly do. Let me use an example. Social media aid what we call arbitrage trading, or what we call drop shipping. There was a time I got to the Facebook in that aspect of the digital marketing, and I got to Facebook, I saw a product, and it was advertised. And in this advertisement, I saw the product was to be sold at, in Nigeria currency, 13,000 naira, okay? And I make the purchase about 2 or 3 of that product and paid, and it was delivered to me. Now, it was told of me that, Felix, go to Jumia, which you know that it was predominantly a marketplace that was created, okay? And check this same product to know how much it costs, right? Now, this is what these people did. The person who sold to me on Facebook, he created his own Facebook and make it a business Facebook, and then start blasting everywhere. So either you are his friend or not, you are able to get information that he shared. And then I saw the product and I placed for it. Yeah, I need it and I love it, and I quickly placed order for it. Now, this is what really happened. After I've paid and I go on Jumia to check, I discover that this product I paid with 13,000 naira to get it, it was actually sold on Jumia at 2,500 naira. So from 13,000, and then what they now did was that you buy one, is 13,000. You're buying two is 25,000. And I bought four. And then 50,000 naira. Good. Now let's look at the arithmetic. Okay. If we check it, 25 multiplied by 4 will be 5,000. And then I pay 50,000 naira. You're going to tell me, Felix, oh, you've cheated yourself. No, that's the marketplace. Now, because you cannot imagine if I'm able to now, maybe people still believe that it has to be physical place where you buy and see people who you are buying from. So I'm even selling more expensive to a person who is waiting on the physical place to see that we're in the market. Okay, just showing you this narrative for you to know when you are being introduced to platform or project, especially in the blockchain era we are now, you need to kill the ego of what you know about the same thing that is happening now. Okay, yeah. So do we have any question around the market? So what do we have? If you have questions, feel free. This is a summit. This is interactive. Okay, I'm taking it base by base. You need to get the foundation. Then before we go into financial market. So that financial market, just one aspect of many, many markets, but it's so condensed with so many things that we're finding difficult to understand. And now learn the skills required to attack the market and to our own benefit. There is no goods, services, commodities anywhere that if you don't bring to the marketplace, it will not be appreciated because it is practical. Whatever manufacturing you are into, you are not manufacturing for your personal consumptions, you're manufacturing for the finished goods. That is the last consumer, which is the last chains of distribution. So you want to get there and not just producing for producing sake. Okay. Now, do you have any question about what market's all about? And of course, I'm shifting to the change in the dimension of the market now. The market you used to know is changing drastically. And if you don't pay up attention to learning the changing, you'll be left out. Number one, you're going to cheat yourself from the same market by paying more higher of things you ought to pay cheaper. Number one. Number two, you're going to deny yourself of having access to buy, all right, and sell into the same market. Now, by that, you look at nothing is working again, business is bad, nothing is lucrative. No, the market has actually changed. So you need to know where the market is being sold and for you to take your product out there. So number one, you're going to cheat yourself by buying things more expensive. Number two, you're going to cheat yourself by not producing anything. Number three, you're going to cheat yourself by producing and selling cheaper, and somebody who just collects it at a cheaper rate from you will make more money, and you with more stress in producing that goods. All right. Any question around that? You have question about what market's all about, because we're moving gradually before we go complex from the known to unknown. Okay. Assume you don't have a question. Okay, market is a very common thing. We know what market's all about. Thank you very much. Okay, can we go forward? So now we now look at financial market. For you to understand financial market, we have first understood what a market is. So we now say, okay, financial market refer broadly to any marketplace where the trading of securities occurs. In other words, you are saying a place where we are now bargaining, that a meeting point for buyer and a seller for financial services, which is, or what we call financial commodities. So you're looking at, or what we call financial tools. Securities, including the stock market, the forex market, the derivatives market, even we have the commodity market, right? Among others, financial markets are vital to the smooth operation of capitalist economies. Now, most time people thought that you cannot have access to financial market. Yes, fine. Like the beginning of like the stock market, the forex market there was no provisions for an average person. Just like, let me use, in those days, you talked about the stock market, you're going to need broker, agent, the jobbers, the debt credit agent, all of those guys are like professional who is accepted and allowed into the stock exchange market floor and deals on behalf of other retailers or investors, as it were. So the breach and the gap was wide, and some persons too felt that they do not have the financial understanding to trade the financial instrument in the financial market, especially the stock market. But things start working that we have decentralizations of the market, and people could literally stay in their house and trade the stock market. Let me use an example. I have an app here now. Somebody was marketing me. Let me just go here. I just hope I can log into this app. Somebody was marketing me sometime on the MTN store. Now, but because the usual style or strategy, yeah, of trading stock was not the way we now had opportunity in trading it again. Let me just come over here. I need to bring out something. So you must help yourself because the world is changing. The earlier you understand the change in the world, you don't deny yourself from great access. Okay, I want to bring out this app. Just hope I see it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. This app coming up. So now, stock market. Okay, I think I could just type it on. I could just type it here. Yeah. Oh, wealth. Okay, yeah. You just type it here. Wealth.ng. Okay. I hope we're seeing my screen. If you see my screen, type 999. You see my screen? Type 999 on the chat box if you see my screen. Okay, thank you, Prosper. Only Prosper is seeing my screen. Do I want to believe that? Okay. Okay, now this is a portal, right? Then another portal is called Bamboo. Okay, now modern way to invest in everything. Okay. What did he say? No more restrictions. Create an account, fund your wallet, start investing. And he said, in your favorite public listed US company, a bundle of companies called ETF, other African companies, mutual fund, or fixed economy income product, from around the world. Okay. Now, I'm just sharing this with us so that, you look at where we're talking about the marketplace and we're talking about the financial market. Okay. 400,000 registered users. We're helping Africans build actual wealth. Okay. So this is a Bamboo. Now, for you to know that things are being more simplified than before. Now, for you to trade on this, even the local stock exchange markets, Nigeria stock exchange market, now you need to have a license, you need to be a broker, depending on the type of broker you are. In those days, now things get more decentralized, and a broker, being the tiny type of broker you are, the credential, whatever type of broker you are, the stock exchange market, and you refuse to upgrade, and you think the market will have to around where every time you have to come to the stock exchange market floor and then do transaction, it will continue like that. Over time, when things got more decentralized, you lost out. Let me show you guys some. I just hope I can remember this. Just a moment, if I can log in. Can I remember this? Just hope I will. Okay, there was some fraction that's here. I love this. Okay, now I'm going to share with you guys now. Okay, now this is an example. Okay? Now, people still waiting to see that they could have a broker that's going to help them to trade the stock market. Of course, some people even said that the stock market is no longer lucrative. No, that's not true. I'm just showing you for you to know that we're not just talking, blabbing about, hey, crypto and all of that. I want you guys to understand perspective about markets and what you can do in the market. And if you refuse to understand the market and understand the phenomena of the market and understand the migration of the market, number one, you cheat yourself by buying things more expensive in the same market that had moved from the one you used to know. And now you deny yourself of benefiting from making excess money from that same market, right? Now, look at it. People do not know that on the same place where you were jumping here and there, assets have been created and decentralized. That what we're talking about, the marketplace where you can buy into government bonds, right? Right. So I'm not saying you can invest in, just to direct you here. Assets, the bond, the bond market, right? And then some fixed investment like fixed deposit stuff, different companies in Nigeria, right? And then you want to buy into stock, okay? Now, one of the stock people were shouting where I just made money and I left the fraction, I left it. I don't want to sell everything that time when it got to was MTN stock and people start jumping, okay? Now, I bought the MTN stock and I used to tell friends that stocks are bought from the private placement. You will enjoy more of it, just like when you say you buy something from ICO and then I leave a fraction and then I think this one, I just left them there, don't do anything. Like the Boa Cement and GTB Bank, of course, went banana, it went south. But you can still see the MTN because I just left the whole thing, right? Assuming I want to sell, okay, I'm not selling. Sell a unit of MTN stock. Okay, I say yes. For instance, how many units do I want to sell? How many units do I have there? Okay, it's just like that. I can place price ahead or whatever, just scrolling through for you guys to see that you can independently do what you want to do from the comfort of your home, understanding that the markets is no longer the place people check or the place people say, this is what it must be. The market has changed. You can now say, I can deals on the real estate, agriculture, stocks, fixed incomes, and all of those things. This is local, okay? This is local, and this is more in Naira, and all of that. You can do a lot of transactions. Then why Bamboo? It's going to give you access to trade on New York Stock Exchange markets, different stock. Example, I traded one of this fantastic stock here. That you may think that the stock is not making sense again. I'm not telling you to trade on stock, but I'm just showing you to understand the market. So not limiting everything to crypto. And I will tell you why you're building more strength in crypto. Not that the other markets are not still there, but they may be beyond your capacity, as it were, right? Now, this is the stock I traded so much in the markets. Let's look at this company. Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin. You're a good boy. You have come down very well. I told everybody yesterday. So let me just go to TradingView, for instance. There was a stock I traded crazily. Was it last year or last 2 years? Okay, I'm going to the screamer, then go to stock. This is a stock, okay. This is stock. It's Chinese company on electric. It's called NEO, right? It's called NEO. All right. I come into NEO and I traded NEO from less than $3 and I think about $2.5. That was, can you see now? In 2020, okay? And I rolled it up. Can you see? Up to $63. I stopped at $63 or thereabout for NEO. Can you imagine? That's a stock, right? In 2020, and then that was 2020. Look at it. Look at from May, for instance. Let's look at it. So what you actually do not know can be your elder brother. And that's why I tell people to always pay rapt attention to learning. Uh-oh, this is not what I'm looking for. Sorry. Not date range. Price range. So around $63. Guys, do you love this? Now, that's about how much? 1,534%. Okay. That's from May 27, 2020. That's COVID-19 period till January. So May, June, July, June, July, August, September. Okay. June, July, August, September, or November. I don't know how to calculate this. I know how to calculate money. So June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, 8 months. 8 months, and the same stock market people felt is bad. It's no longer good. You can't do anything reasonable there. You could and still trade this. I'm just giving you guys this, that the market has actually changed. I can tell you now that if you go out and you're telling somebody, do you know anything about stock? What do you think it will tell you? In fact, it's going to tell you, I can't trade stock, number one. It will tell you that even if I trade international stock, I can't trade local stock. Yeah. Why? Because what he knew about stock was just, they told him buy a particular stock. Why? He didn't know. He was just buying. And then because he didn't make money, there's a stock market, the stock market has crashed. It has crashed. It has crashed. Yeah, the price has dumped down, but does not mean that people are not still making money in stock. Just to understand the market and their migration to another phase and how to leverage on it. So most time, we kill ourselves because of our heavy ignorance and not ready to learn the basics, taking it from the known to unknown. We felt we've passed it, we've known so much about it. There is nothing you can claim to know when those things are still dealing with you excessively. You're going to have problems. Is that right? So let's quickly look at it now. I'll go back to what we're looking at. So the market, so the financial market, we have said is, now, financial market play what? A vital role in facilitating the smooth operation of capitalist economies by allocating resources and creating liquidity for businesses and entrepreneurs. So, right? So the markets make it easy for buyers and sellers to trade their financial holdings. Take note, financial market creates securities products that provide a return for those who have excess money. That's all they are saying. Excess funds, investors or lenders, and make these funds available to those who need additional income, borrowers. That's one aspect of the financial market. And this predominantly must happen in the banking system. So they felt that what a banker teach you, or sorry, financial advisor give to you is that, which we are going to what we call personal economy, Now, is to tell you that for you to benefit and help yourself in the future, some of those excess of your money, don't eat it now, go into what they call savings. And then that if you save it, you can have some benefit return. And that's where people go into mortgage and all of those things. So they felt that there are other parts, there are people on the other side of the world. I'm not talking about foreign country and developing country, just two opposite sides. People have more than enough and people are struggling according to the market system. Then they can lend those money out in terms of maybe saving it or keeping a fixed deposit or keeping in all of those things. And then borrower come to pick because they want to do business, they want to do that. Then they pay them some returns on it and they give share with those people. That's one aspect of it. Now, the stock market is just one of the types of financial market. The financial market are made by buying and selling numerous types of financial instruments, including equities, bonds, currencies. Now, and derivatives, financial. So we have, OTPs, that's over the counters. We have different trading or buy and sellings of all of those things in the financial market. But there are some particular type of securities or instrument that now have dual standing. Example is cryptocurrency. Now, that's why the divergence and the great problem, the problem we're having today in the financial market, where the cryptocurrency they are saying is a security, it's a commodity, it's a that, it's a currency. No, it can't be a currency. It has this, but it combines so many futures. It has price, which you can say currency, and it's used for settlement, which you can say currency. Oh, it's a gold, but it's intangible. We cannot collect Bitcoin. Oh, but it possesses similar future of gold because it's not a fiat exchange to exchange of fiat or value just alone, but it has units and value. Now, unlike currencies, only have what? Value, but no unit. Because what do you call a unit? It's back. If it's one, it's one. But value, even if it's 200, it can change to 300, it can change to 100, stuff like that. Example, dollar and euro. And that's where you go into the forex market, we call it the FS market, right? So that means if you go into the FS market, what you are doing is no longer, unit, but you are dealing with what we call what? Value. The value of euro to dollar. Just like the forex market, they'll tell you one particular currency is a universal base currency, one is a universal hot currency and all of that. So because it's purely of value, and that's why the volatility around all of those things can be very crazy, right? The volatility around all of those things can be very crazy. So you're now seeing euro to dollar, euro to pounds, euro to this, blah, 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 among all, you begin to say, oh, major currency, minor currency, all of those things. But people who trade currency pairs always go with lesser time frame, going by, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, that's what they do. Now, of course, those are different dimensions of things you may need to learn over the years. You're learning more and all of that. And then some of us will now have to go into what we call index. Now, to check the index, right? That's why, like, we have a system that we partner with. Let me just go here. Now, you begin to now study other things, indices, which you now have to, like, what we call DXY, nice, US dollar index, US dollar currency index. Now, there's a secret we use in this index, for instance, when I was telling people, I said, so long as this index continue like this, you see, this guy is enemy to stock and crypto. You know why? This is value, and there's a lot of policy, right? Like when you say FOMEC, all of those things, you understand some of those fundamentals. trying to strengthen the strength of US dollar. Now, so long that continue perpetuating continually that way, and you could see that, right, from January this year. You know, when some persons told you, even from last year, November, from last year, November, we say, oh, you know what? The Bitcoin price has to continue to go down. Why? We saw a kind of double bottom. After the November, we saw a breakdown. I'm not going to do detailed analysis. Then we saw a double bottom, those of us who understand the price chart. And then after the double bottom, what happened? It has consistently been on the rising. Can you see now? If you look at this now, this is the dollar index. So long this guy continued to go up, crypto stock will continue to go down. Then if you go back to, can you see now, is opposite. Can you see? Now that is like a double top of a thing. Now, so instead of it going up, it was going down, but you return back to this going up. You go back to this going down. So there's a kind of opposite. So now, but stock market, not only crypto go down, but the stock market itself goes down. Look at it. This is, let's go to the stock, and let me use Apple stock. Okay, sorry about that. So can you see? So stock market goes down, and you check other ones, Tesla. Okay, Tesla struggling. Now, and this is the issue around Tesla. Let me quickly show you guys something. When you're now talking about the investment strategy, you see that Tesla got another bounce after the double bottom here, which was a very nice bounce there. I'm not teaching technical analysis, guys. Don't get it twisted. This is just basis for you to know why do you need to build yourself to understand the nature of the market and the movement of the market to where it is now. I'm not talking about the crypto market, the forex market. What market is as it is? What is a market? And the migration of the market, not to predominantly around the physical presence or physical meeting point, but into a virtual phenomena, and then pricing now being automated beyond just the usual you used to have before. Forget all those my chart. I'm not teaching you chart. After all, it's not even for you, right? You want to learn more about, all the chart analysis, the data, the sentiment, the fundamentals. That's why we have the academy. I've said it, I don't number that. I was just doing this for this period. And of course, we still have our free forum on the, the weekly updates in the Plan B that we expected. If you are smart enough, resources are there online on YouTube, our YouTube channel. You can read so many things. If you settle down, you can help yourself to build your financial strength over years. Then you can be fine. Then down gambling the system, you need to learn how to settle down and take advantage of the timing and the season, we are. Okay, so don't get it twisted, okay? So now, so the stock market's just one of the, okay, and then we've said this. So numerous of financial instruments, financial market rely heavily on informational transparency to ensure that the market set prices that are efficient and appropriate. So the market price of securities may not be indicative of their intrinsic value because of macroeconomic forces like taxes. So sometimes, now, you see some things, they're undervalued or overvalued. There's so many other external variables that are contributing to it. The macroeconomy had a lot of impact on the stock market, and anything that have impact on the stock market will have impact on the crypto market. So, but there's a sentiment that you need, of course, to study to understand or to pay for the right information, because that's what we do, trying to give you, giving you an executive summary to understand the market phenomenon, not just like oh, I'm just doing this. And so I know a lot of people are just buying into crypto. They hear that people are making money in crypto. And that's why they do it anyhow. And they're going to achieve any other better result. Okay. So understand the fundamentals and understand the market migration is no longer where you are. And don't think that you have to be in one market. Now, but you may build strength around a particular market because of the opportunity around that market per time. For instance, you ask me, Felix, why do you so much get glued to Bitcoin? Sorry, not Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, because I can't imagine myself running around Bitcoin. Let me give you guys one secret. I was just researching and I was checking the dimension of Bitcoin. And I said, even yesterday, I said it, when you check the Bitcoin log growth, I think I've canceled that. I think it's already been canceled. Okay, forget about it. Don't bother too much about it. But we're just like telling people that the resistance we're going to be having in Bitcoin moving back is going to be so enormous. And I said, I look at Bitcoin and I look at the chances of Bitcoin growth from now. You know, this is 2021, this is 2022. Okay, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, maybe from now to the next 4 or 5 years. At the time Bitcoin may bottom, probably, like I have said, it's really struggling with the range it is now, not to go below that, but it can slash down fast and return back because it's actually very strong support at that 19, 18,000 thereabout. But I've been telling us the bears just sit down on the chair more than the bull. Now, I was still checking Bitcoin with so many indicators, and I look at it that Bitcoin, even after all the rally that people are waiting for in the next 3, 4, 5 years, or in the next 3 years or 4 years, because let's say by 2025, maybe the top of the next bull run, Bitcoin may not do more than 400%. So then, why am I killing myself to struggle with Bitcoin? Why don't I look for other things? So what to do in the market is a sentiment of the opportunity that other new coin or project can offer you. Now listen, the same way, why do you think people are now taking advantage of cryptocurrency? Some that have been trading stuff for many years appreciate Bitcoin because of the growth phenomenon. Look at it. Let me show you guys something. If you invest in, look at it, let's look at these simulators. If we invest, let's say 5 years ago, if we invest on Apple 5 years ago, you invest on Apple 5 years ago, $1,000. Okay, so let's go. If we invest $1,000 on Apple 5 years ago, see what you have now. You're having $4,200. Let's look at 10 years ago. You have $7,143. What of Nick? In 10 years ago, this is what you have. 10 years ago, Amazon, this is what you have. $11,000. So every year, you have additional $1,000 plus. Okay, Walmart. Right? So look at your growth. Annualized return, 6.46. Total increase, 87%. Right? Now, so you prefer, oh, it is Tesla, I will have invested into, because 10 years ago, now you're worth $153,000. That means if you calculate by that percentage, you have 65% per annum, which was good. Total increase, 15,285%. Total profit, $152,000. Then you're going to be jumping up and you tell yourself, oh, this is also crazy and I make insane money. Okay, so let's look at, let's go Yahoo Finance. Okay, so you invested 10 years ago. So let's scream Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, okay? So Bitcoin. I just hope I can get to. So when you are doing anyhow in crypto, you need to help yourself, not to just be like other people. Now, people who do, I said something to one of our person this morning that if you are in crypto and you are still moved unnecessarily by the price movement in the market, you are not serious. That's the truth. So 10 years ago, okay, 10 years ago, that should be, which year was that? 2002, huh? Right, 2012, yeah. So let's say 2012, if that will be available anyway, 2012. Yeah. So 2000, okay. It shouldn't be more than 2014. Okay, so let's take 2014. 2014, that should be which year? 2014. I think that's what they have capacity to carry. Okay, so 2014. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Oh, where are you? I think I didn't finish computation. Yes, 8 years ago. Yeah. So let's go. Oh, 2014. And this, bring it up. I just want us to see. Okay. So 2014. Now, because most of us are just jumping around, please, we have a message for everybody, wherever you are listening to me from, that the plan of Plan B Express is that we want financial freedom in 5 years via digital asset accumulation. So if you don't want that, I think crypto is not meant for you. Okay, 2014, price of Bitcoin, right? Price of Bitcoin 2014. So the opening price was at $428, then closing at 380 whatever dollar. Yeah. Okay, let's take the highest price. So you can divide your $1,000. Yeah. You can divide your $1,000 divide by, okay, your $1,000 divided by 425. So 1,000 divided by 425. So that gives you 2.3529 BTC. So what's the price right now? Okay, so you have 2.3529 BTC. So now that multiplied by $18,753. So let's multiply that. $18,753. Okay. So that give you $44,000, 8 years down the line. I'm just being practical. Now, take 1,000 away from me, you have excess of $43,000. So how many percentage would that be? Okay, so you should know that you have done some massive profit. Now, this is the thing that people don't sit down to understand. That why people tend to bend into looking into the crypto space is that you have chances in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years to do maybe 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x of your little money you come into the crypto with. And that's where you need to understand the market. Right. So now, what about personal economy? Now, having understand the basics of the market, and now you can tell me that I can leverage on the whole market, but I can strengthen myself on the market that is not yet right properly. People tell you crypto is speculation, and then all of that. I tell you that stock is speculation. Everything is speculations. It's just that you check certain data to correspond with your sentiment and then work on it. And that's where you now need to advance to understand how to manage your risk and be able to work towards achieving and measuring your risk reward. Okay, I've just done this calculation already. So according to Wikipedia, personal finance defines all financial decisions and activities of an individual or household, including budgeting, insurance, mortgage, planning, savings, and retirement planning. So understanding these terms can help you better control your fund and prepare for future financial success. To me, financial economy is related to the evaluation process of individual or family financial situations and the prospect of someone's skills and family value or worth. So like an assessment of an individual financial stamina to cope in a given financial timing or market. So people develop more momentum around the corporate economy in order to fit for a position with personal economies, personnel. So the study of a labor market and management of human resources, both human economics and society at large. So the study of personal economy is of more particular interest to people and their prospective personal economy. Now, people go around, want to be fit into the labor market. And that's why people go for more advanced study. People go for more training to ascertain how to become a professional. But you'll find it difficult. Now, let's use a practical example. If companies raises, need for their staff to be trained for more promotion. Let's say job promotion. Example. You have your uncles, your brother who have not read for the past how many years he have been working. Now, when they are going to do the job promotion, did you observe it? They read everything. They read all manner of nonsense. They go everywhere just because of job promotion. That's a corporate need that people check. People check the worth, their acceptability into the labor market and their relevancies still in the labor market by going for more advanced study, by going for job promotions and all of that. But you find little, very, very few that pay rapt attention to be attending symposiums, seminars, presentations like this. So they don't see it as important. They see importance to their profile into the public acceptance, that their profile into their family worth, all right, to deal with circumstances and issues. So people, even that's why people play more, acceptance to, tied to the society. For instance, let me digress a little. Let's go to religious institution like in the mosque or in the church. You find out that people love title of maybe pastor, deacon, imam, and all of that, that their personal empowerment in growth, their relationship with God, right? And that's why when things that ordinarily they should be able to tackle at their family level, they are unable to tackle it, They come back to the mosque or to the church, call the imam, come and pray for me. I need to do this social prayer. Let me go for Juma. You have to, if this imam did not pray this for me. No, so because we are not developing ourselves. The same thing in the personal economic growth. People don't pay much attention to their personal economy. And that's why things that can help you to build your personal economy look so fake, irrelevant, very insignificant. You know why? The corporate, what we call capitalist economy, that's the companies, we have to fight those things. They will make those things look very insignificant so that you don't get distracted. I told friends before, what do you think corporate companies, big giant banks, what do you expect them to be talking about, the crypto market? Why do you think they will patronize, or why do you think they will say something good about Bitcoin, about Ethereum, about Light, about some of those coins? The same politics, you don't blame, like in the crypto environment again, Bitcoin maximalist. Why do you think the Bitcoin maximalist is going to tell you anything good about meme coin? Because the meme coin is going to produce some people who didn't start crypto on time. Let's use an example. You have somebody who have used a lot of money to buy into Bitcoin using, let's say, when price of Bitcoin was around, maybe when price of Bitcoin was around, $2,000, and he has spent $10,000 to buy 10 Bitcoin, right? So now with that $10,000, buy 5 Bitcoin, and then you come and you saw a coin as a meme coin. Let's use an example, Shiba Inu. And you're not telling the man that Shiba Inu is a very great coin, I want to buy it. And instead of tell you, this is a shit coin, stop it, this cannot go anywhere. Now, if you're not careful, because you are not developing your personal self, you're going to say, yeah, it's true. Why will I buy Shiba Inu? Because Shiba Inu is a shit coin. It does not have a use case. For that, there's no need to buy Shiba Inu, right? And you wouldn't buy. But you do not have capacity to buy Bitcoin, because why? He bought Bitcoin $2,000 per one, and now probably Bitcoin is $20,000. Maybe at the time Bitcoin was $20,000. That means he's seated on, 100,000. Is he 100? 200,000. So 20,000. Okay, he's seated on 100,000. Then you now say you want to use $500 to buy Shiba Inu. It tells you that's a waste of money. Now you need to tell yourself, because that's personal growth. You're developing yourself. Now, if you have developed yourself on personal growth, personal economy, personal training, you will know that you cannot buy Bitcoin with that $500 to get what you are looking for. Now, you have to look for things like Shiba Inu, and ordinarily to have divided that money into two, and you have to buy Shiba Inu. Now, 5 months, 6 months down the line, the $250 worth of Shiba Inu you bought had given you $800,000. Now, what is the wisdom? The wisdom is this: you can sell part of it and buy 5 Bitcoin, probably. Now, you sold, let's say, $200,000 out of it, and then kept to buy Bitcoin at $20,000 per one. That means you're going to buy 10. He has 5. Now he want to use his own criteria situation to impede your own journey. And you too, you do not know what you're looking for. You say, okay, I would rather use the $500 to buy Bitcoin. You're not going to arrive at your journey. Rather, you look for other opportunities that are still presenting themselves right now to buy the coin, or to trade on the coin, and then you can accept, swap it back to Bitcoin, and then you now have your piece. Say, oh, I have 5 Bitcoin, I have 10 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down to 0, I still have 10 Bitcoin, and I leave it there. Now, you continue to do other things with what you have. I'm just giving us some strategy going forward, because I've said it. Tomorrow, I'm not going to repeat what I've said. I'm switching into action on, percent by percent of some of those projects we've been participating on. Let me check. Okay, so I needed to pause here, okay, so that you ask question. We just have more because this is going to be 1.5 hours, so we just have more 19 minutes. I thought I was going to do a lot of things, but nevertheless, what we did now is called foundational to understand things change, and there are a lot of things in the space that you can still leverage on and to build your personal economy. Okay, so at this juncture, if you're on Facebook or on different platform, you want to ask question, you can type, or if you're on Facebook, you're connected on Facebook. Let's see. Do we have anyone Facebook? Yeah, if you're on Facebook, you want to ask question, why not? You can go ahead and type, or you can private just type my messenger, or you can just type here. So we'll get a response to your question. And those of us who are on the chat room, okay, those of us who are on the chat room, so you can unmute yourself. Let's make it interactive. Let me see your hands. You have questions? Then before I go to, I actually have intention to demystify Mavi or Tron, Sizzle Exchange, and Drip Network. I think I did that a little yesterday, but was not detailed. So my intention was this. So if we cannot do that today, then that was going to be tomorrow. And then other ones will be you can now see why I said anyone who did not come the first day should forget it, because the next day it's going to be difficult for the person to understand what we're talking about, because without the background information. Okay, yeah, so please, you have a question, you can put out your hands, you can put your hands or chat on the chat box, or you can just let your hands up, then I will give you room to ask questions. We're going to make it interactive. Okay, so any question, anyone? Or what are your feelings? Yeah, waiting. I'm waiting. Okay, we want to say we know everything, okay? We know everything, right? So nobody's asking questions, so we get it very clear. Okay. uh 13,000 plus my target. So we have a bounce from here for the 17K. So very terrible resistance as it were. Okay. Yeah, any question? So we are good. We don't have question, right? uh, okay. Okay, I think I saw some. Yeah. You have a question, Double Grace?
Yes, sir. I just want to make a comment, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Thank you very much, sir.
background is echoing. You connect in double system. Yeah, can you speak on?
Yeah, can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, better, right?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Not actually question, though somehow it will come kind of, because I want to appreciate this wonderful privilege and the time you set out to help some of us that have been wanting to be physical. But because of bad roads, in the time past, I've been making it in person. So that was why immediately I saw the time given out, I said I must maximize it. Of a truth, I've been very confused. I want to say that this is a background setting you are giving to us, because when I see the graphs that you show, that is where I always become more confused. So I can't get anything yet. But going by the background, by telling us exactly what market is all about, is a refreshment. So that one, I've gotten something. Maybe as you go on, when you enter into it, the more we'll, personally, I will get more questions to ask if I have any. But in the now, I appreciate it. But the way I'm talking at is the graphs you always show, even the one that is on the screen now, is always confusing. I don't know where to until one gets knowledge of it. So, but I want to appreciate you, sir. It's not really easy taking out your time to help people like me in particular. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Like you've just rightly said. Now, there's what we call tools for the market. Now, having understood the market, what to do in the market, like when I talk about markets, not just like crypto, forex, everything, just understanding what to do and how to maximize the market. Now, I always point out this to everybody. Number one, that the right instrument for the market, number one, is the knowledge. Now, having understood that this is a marketplace meant for buyer and a seller, to do what? To deal, contract. What contract do I have to do in the market? Not a farmer to harvest yam and bring to the market. No. Now, that's another type of market for them. Fine. Now, I want to deal on financial instrument. Oh, I don't know how to trade forex. Okay. Can I trade forex without knowing how to do it? The answer is no. But must I be a professional to trade forex? The answer is no. So what do? I need knowledge. And then so if I need knowledge, can I get it free? To be very candid, anyone who wants to get the free knowledge about forex or trading and all of that, it's not going to arrive at anywhere. But I always tell people, why do I need to leverage on the crypto market? Either I know how to trade much as a pro or not. Is that the crypto market is still like an infant market, still a baby market that you can leverage on information. And sometimes, like when we are on Plan B weekly update, there's so many coins we'll just say buy. And if people buy, they will have been able to make some money. But number one, I do not have enough money to start enrolling to some of those courses. Now, what do? I go to the free forum. I can be more serious than every other person. Every information there. Yes, fine. Even when you get some information there, I still use my sentiment and tell people, I said, even when I ask people now, buy this coin, and you are not on maybe any subscribed forum of Plan B, you probably wouldn't know where we say, please, let us sell it off, or this is the purpose why we're buying it. But because I am not there, does not mean I cannot leverage on it. Because I always tell people, okay, if we say buy a coin, for instance, let me say we talk about a streak coin. Let me quickly look at it here. Gecko. Gecko. Oh, this coin list. I just remember I have some coins there. I forgot it. Okay. So now this is streak. I wouldn't know what a month is now. Okay. Is that the streak? Okay, no. Streak. STKK. Now, this is streak. Now it's $191. Okay. I remember vividly when we started, it was less than $100. At the point when we're talking much about it, was $103, $105. Now, this is it. Now, this is a streak. It has an investment, which people can, number one, because we made mention of this, that which we're going to start to play tomorrow, where we say how to make $1 per minute and $60 per hour and all of those things. And we said these are the 5 predominant activities you should engage in vigorously to achieving those goal of $1 per minute. Personal trading. And then personal trading could be crypto, stock, and FX, or it could be doing full focus on forex and leveraging on crypto and stock, or you could be doing more full trading on crypto and just leverage on FX on stock, or you could be doing only forex trading. And then you say, okay, personal trading, I'm only going to be on forex. Then staking project and DeFi, when I make some money, that's what we call it the cash flow system. Then I'm going to buy into some of those staking projects and all of that DeFi game. Affiliate system, some of them have referral program you share with people. They make money, you make money. But some people still waste the money they make from the referral instead to use it to build themselves. So I've seen people who say, oh, this business is good. The money I've made now, I bought a car. I'm not saying it's wrong to buy a car, but you bought a car when you have not built your financial. Your financial strength is the first thing. Personal economy is what you should develop. Now, when you are developing the personal economy, you are actually looking for systems that generate money. So looking for systems that generate money, over time, you need to service some of them or replace some of them. What do I mean? You're replacing some whereby maybe the trend of the activities around that project is going down. There's some coin or platform or companies that it's not as if they will go bad, but they will have a railing period, or what we call the trending time for them, maybe 1 year or 2 years. Are you actually maximizing it? And that's what turned to what we call third-party timely investing. How many people sit down to really understand those technologies to say, oh, this company just came. I'm not saying you should be looking for a new company, which one is new now. No. But when it comes, you want to leverage on it. Okay, what should be the factor? Okay, they're just coming and they're really being very serious. Let's use an example of Ultron, Mavi Ultron. When it came, we're looking at it. Everybody sign up. Let's wait. They are doing pre-sale, pre-launch activities at the 1 cent and all. Then when they come to their, swap, what do? Then there's a heap of hyping activities around that time when the coin had to pump from, let me just go crazy. Let me share this here. We're almost wrapping up, guys. Okay, Dex tool. Okay, now, so you can see I have drawn something here. So when the guy pumped, so you could see very fast move. We bought it less than this, not even 0.4, but something 0.2, right? Somewhere down here, 0.2, 0.02, 0.026 or 0.028, 0.023, stuff like that. Now, if we check in here now, right? Picking it from here to this place, because it's possible you may run out of here because this is bearish engulfing. But it's just like a kind of not really, was it untimely? So let's say, yeah, you took it seriously here. That's about 430%, right? 435% as at that time of its journey, right? And then you put in $100 and 430%, that's additional $400. That means your money is going to be how much? It's going to be $500, which your $100 $400 profit. So if it's $1,000, so you have additional $4,000, and then you have your $1,000. So there are things you may do. Okay, since an investment I did, I'm taking some profit, maybe $1,000, because you invested $1,000 and the whole money is $5,000. You'll not say, I'm taking out, right? I'm taking out how much? Maybe $2,000. I'm taking out $2,000. So what should I do? Now, because you are in a community, because those of us who are private mentorship, deal with me and all of that, even those who are not there, generally I would say market will come down. As far as BTC come down, every coin will come down. Even when they are still pumping, the point they have to retrace. Now, with that said, you can see where I have said, this is the very good support. I'm waiting, right, to start ladder buying, probably to the last point of 0.072. I may buy here and the market still go worst and come down. It doesn't matter. But if you have sold here, or two options. The second option could be I bought and I put in the farming, which is, for instance, here. So even when the price come down, you are getting accrual of the volume of the coin eventually. Now, that's what the sentiment we learn. Now, say, oh, and I'm building the affiliate on the Mavi, and then timely investing on the still same Mavi, and then when the swap start, I still bring another money and invest. And then, of course, this one, of course, Launchpad is predominantly people on the subscribe group, which like private mentorship or be with me, as it were. But I'm just using it that even when you're not there, sometimes we call out some coins and all of that. Now, before understanding some of those charts, you must understand the basics. And number two, you must work on intentionally, maybe sometime because you want to get it right, you may not be able to feed only on free information. That's the truth. You may not need to advance your game, up your game to a subscribe platform, okay, where you can learn more, and then don't get carried away with the chart. So charts is just a confirmation. Somebody say it's not hearing. Could it be that your own network is bad? So can we hear, is everyone hearing me? What to say it's not hearing? I wouldn't know. Either it's true. If you're hearing me, can you type 000 zeros? You're hearing me. Almost wrapping up anyway. If you're hearing me, can you type 000? Okay, people are hearing. So it's your device, okay? So now, what was expected of this person who probably bought streak, when we say buy streak, and then he knew that I'm not on the forum. Maybe when streak from 105 or 103, when streak got to 150, sell it. But after you sold, you saw that it is still going up and people are still celebrating. And I even made it up. I said my first target is $200. What if you never get there? Okay, problem. Do I have anything to? Oh, it has even gone there. So you see, $206. Well, my first target was, that means the one I bought and I set the first buy at $200 must have been sold. I didn't even go there. Then the next badge I say I'm targeting how much? $300. So that means the first badge is being sold. And I won't make it open. So sometimes if you pay too much attention on the chart can intimidate you. Then it is, the chart cannot be gotten on hearsays. You must learn it. So it's a learning, but you don't start from there. You start from the basics, then developing yourself. And that's why we said the cash flow system is important. Can I tell you guys now? I've said it. I said to one of our community members today in the morning, and I told him, I said, if you are in crypto and you are still moved by the price up and down, you have not started your journey. Real people who are in crypto have already built a strategy. You imagine you have like 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 platforms. I'm not saying that is diversification. All must not be a network marketing platform, okay? Diversification. And worst case scenario in the day, at least as a starter, you have spread your tentacles, and you know that worst case scenario in the day, you're going to generate at least $200 in a day. So multiply by 30 days, that is $6,000. Even the price is going down, you can forget other assets because get worst case scenario. Then if over time, because you're just starting, you're making even just $10 per day, I think it was us here on the group, I showed us a wallet. I just hope I can see this. is okay. Never mind. I showed us a wallet where somebody is having 28 or $24 million, and all was stake into making passive income. Such person wouldn't bother about what the price of market is doing because he has assessed his portfolio, and his portfolio is generating more income for him. So you start from the basics, developing yourself gradually. But what works more in the crypto space that can help you is learn how to leverage on information. Over time, when you start making money helping yourself, learning the technical analysis will be very simple. But if you are not making money, gradually leveraging on information, and they are teaching you technical analysis, it can be very disturbing. That's the truth. So you begin to look at, am I going back to chemistry class again or physics? What is this? And all of that. So, but over time, when you are making money, you can learn it, and then it can be more sweeter. So you know it's a gradual process. Okay, I think I'm taking the last question or last comment if you're commenting, so that we call it a day. And those of us who are not there in the morning section can find their way to the night section, which is by 8 p.m. today. Okay, it's still the same thing we're repeating the night, just for because of people, and some people are still answering yes sir in some offices. So they may not have the means. So the night, if you are a yes sir in the daytime, then you have to sacrifice and say yes sir to your own time in the night. That's the truth. You can eat your cake and have it.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You are a yes sir, the daytime. In the night, you don't want to say yes sir to your. You can still point down to when I talk about personal economy. People don't pay attention to building their personal economy. You know, they are more professional. You know, people develop excellent spirit in building corporate economy. It can be very fantastic. Those people, I've seen them a lot. And then when they come to now their own, they get tired. Oh, I'm just tired. And I ask them, what did you do? You're tired being a slave, and then you're not doing anything about it. So what happened? Tomorrow when things are down, some family, your wife that didn't give time to, that you will leave problem for. And the people you wasted your monument and your life productivity time, so they don't see you again. And then the wife will struggle, the children will be struggling, and you did not have time. Some persons, their children call them uncles because they don't come home. Some persons, the husband and wife, they are so wicked that they call it career. The children are home, the hands of the caregiver, and then the husband is working in Germany, the wife is in Canada. And all of that, some are offshore. The wife is the branch manager of a bank, and is going to leave home in the morning around 6 a.m. And then the husband is onshore for 3 months, the water. Then when he comes, he will bring marine spirit for the children. And so all of those things, we felt that it's not important because I'm a career person. After the career, what happened? And they say it's just because for my children to have a better life, but they don't have better relationship. All right, so I think we've come to the end of this first day of this Digital Economy Summit. Then night section by 8 p.m. Then tomorrow we now start. So I think tomorrow is going to be marathon. And you can now see why somebody who is not here today, when we start tomorrow, is going to be upside for him. So we can do detail more on all of those projects by tomorrow. All right, guys, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy yourself. Go and check your portfolio. The more the market crash, the more we are happy. We want it to crash the more. And so people are waiting with their USDT to buy back the coin. And some people are.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Smart.
Thank you, boss.
Oh,
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you very much.
God bless you all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bless you,
lifted,
sir.
sir.
Thank you very much.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
God bless you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, bless
You're
you.
grateful, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
More
God
grace
bless.
upon your life.
Thank you, sir. God bless.
Amen. Amen. Ẹ̀pẹ̀lẹ́.
Bye. Bye.
Èmi ló kọ ẹgbẹ́ kìíní ìwà.
Èmi ló kàn ẹgbẹ́ wá o ẹgbẹ́ wá
Sir,
èmi ló
good
kàn.
night.
I am obedient. I want to eat the good of the land, so